Good day to all of you. I hope you are doing well today. I am presenting an oral defense of a study entitled The Effects of Academic Stress on the Academic Performance. We have the rationale. The study aimed to determine the effects of academic stress on the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students of SPCB. We have the main problem. The study aimed to determine the effects of academic stress on the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students of SPCB. We will tackle the specific questions to answer our main problem. What is the profile of the respondent students in terms of academic stress and academic performance? Which academic stress is experienced the most and the least? How are grade 9 and grade 10 students compared in terms of academic stress? Is there a significant difference on the academic performance of grade 9 students and grade 10 students under eustress? How about distress? Is there a significant difference on the academic performance in terms of academic stress? Here we have our hypothesis presented. Our null hypothesis: there is no significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under eustress. Alternative hypothesis: there is a significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under eustress. Another null hypothesis is that there is no significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under distress. Another alternative hypothesis is that there is a significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under distress. Another null hypothesis is that there is no significant difference in the academic performance in terms of academic stress. Another alternative hypothesis is that there is significant difference in the academic performance in terms of academic stress. And now we will analyze each problem so that we can answer our main problem for this study. And now we will tackle each problem so that we can answer our main problem. Here is our problem number 1. What is the profile of the respondent students in terms of the academic stress and academic performance? In this problem, we're using table number 1, number 2, and number 5. And here is the findings that we got from the table we used. Table number 1 shows that the total number of students is 162. The total number of grade 9 students is 80, or 49% of the population, while the total number of grade 10 students is 82, or 51%. Table 1 shows that the 59% of the grade 9 students experience eustress, while 41% experience distress. Table 1 shows that 76% of the grade 10 students experience eustress, while 24% of the students are experiencing distress. Table 2 shows that in the total of 47 grade 9 students experiencing eustress, 13% are outstanding, 36% are very satisfactory, 34% are satisfactory, 17% are fairly satisfactory, and 0% did not meet the expectation. Table 2 shows that in the total of 33 grade 9 students who are experiencing distress, 9% are outstanding, 36% are very satisfactory, 45% are satisfactory, 9% are fairly satisfactory, and 0% did not meet the expectation. Table 5 shows that in the total of 62 grade 10 students experiencing eustress, 14% are outstanding, 47% are very satisfactory, 34% are satisfactory, 5% are fairly satisfactory, and 0% did not meet the expectation. Table 5 shows that in the total of 20 grade 10 students experiencing distress, 5% are outstanding, 55% are very satisfactory, 40% are satisfactory, 0% are fairly satisfactory, and 0% did not meet the expectation. And with those findings, we arrive at the conclusion that most of the respondents are grade 10 students. And now we will tackle problem number 2. Which academic stress experience the most and the least? In this problem, we are using table number 1. We will add the total number of students of grade 9 and grade 10, and we will compute the percentage of the respondents who experience eustress and distress. And here is the findings we got from the table. Table 1 shows that 67% of the respondents experience eustress, while 33% of the respondents experience distress. And we arrive at the conclusion that most of the respondents are experiencing eustress. Now we will tackle problem number 3. How are grade 9 and grade 10 students compared in terms of academic stress? In this problem, we are also using table number 1. We will add the total number of students who experience eustress, and then we will add the total number of students who experience distress. And here's the findings that we got using the table. Table 1 shows that the total number of grade 9 and grade 10 students experiencing eustress is 109. The number of grade 10 students experiencing eustress is 43%, while the number of grade 10 students experiencing eustress is 57%. Table 1 shows that the total number of grade 9 and grade 10 students experiencing distress is 53. The number of grade 10 students experiencing distress is 62%, while the number of grade 10 students experiencing distress is 38%. And therefore, we arrive at the conclusion that the grade 9 and grade 10 students are compared by the academic stress, eustress, and distress. And now we will tackle a problem number 4. Is there significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under eustress and distress? In this table, we will use 4 tables. We will use table number 3, 4, 6, and 7. We will first solve the problem 4.1, eustress. Is there significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under eustress? For this problem, we will use t-statistics in solving. And here is the findings. Table 3 and Table 6 uses a t-test to compute the critical value of 0.34594946. The t-value is inside the acceptance region, which has a critical value of 1.9682. Therefore, we conclude that the t-value is inside the acceptance region. Therefore, we accept the null. The null is there is no significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under eustress. And now we will solve problem number 4.2, distress. Is there significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under distress? We will also use t-statistics in solving this. And here's the findings. Table 4 and Table 7 use t-test to compute the critical value of negative 0.189323351. The t-value is inside the acceptance region, which has a critical value of 2.0057. And we get the conclusion that the t-value is inside the acceptance region. Therefore, we accept the null. The null is there is no significant difference in the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students under distress. And now we will solve the problem number 5. Is there significant difference in the academic performance in terms of academic stress? In this problem, we will also use the table 3, 4, 6, and 7. And we will also use the statistics in solving. And here's the findings. Table 3 and Table 6 use t-test to compute the t-value, which is negative 0.38421279. The t-value is inside the acceptance region, which has a critical value of 1.9682. Table number 4 and Table number 7 use t-test to compute the t-value, which is negative 0.189323351. The t-value is inside the acceptance region, which has a critical value of 2.0057. And therefore, we conclude that the t-value of the both academic stress is inside the acceptance region. Therefore, we accept the null. There is no significant difference in the academic performance in terms of academic stress. And with that, as we answer the specific question for our main problem, what is the effect of academic stress on the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students of SPCB? And we conclude that most of the specific questions accept the null hypothesis. Therefore, academic stress does not affect the academic performance of grade 9 and grade 10 students of SPCB. Thank you for listening for my presentation, and I hope you will have a good day.